These are mainstream, well-known, successful bands. They tried to come up with a cool name, and this is the best that they could do. These are the 11 worst band names of all time, starting with number 11, the Goo Goo Dolls. So according to the band, they were just leafing through a true crime magazine and saw an ad for a Goo Goo doll. And that's where they came up with the name. But I have an alternate origin story. So Steve Allen was a talk show host, probably in the early 60s or so. He had a recurring bit where he had a stress doll, and you would squeeze this doll and its eyes would bulge out of its head. And he called that a Goo Goo doll. And he even wrote a song called the Goo Goo Doll Song. So I think that maybe one of the members had a latent memory of that. Anyway, it's a better origin story than the one that they have for what is a terrible name. Number 11, the Goo Goo Dolls. Moving on to number 10, and we have Toad the Wet Sprocket. Now, this was a comedy sketch by Monty Python. And in the sketch, a news reporter refers to a fictional band called Toad the Wet Sprocket. So apparently they saw that episode of Monty Python and thought, let's make that a reality. Fiction no more. We will incarnate the name Toad the Wet Sprocket. And so they did, to their detriment. Terrible band name. Moving on to number 9. It is Death Cab for Cutie. So this is another song. Death Cab for Cutie was a song by Vivian Stanshall and Neil Innes. And apparently they thought that would make a good band name. Well, they were wrong. That's a horrible band name. Sorry, guys. Not that bad of a band, really, but just a terrible name. Moving on to number 8, we have Chumba Wumba. So there's a couple different origin stories for this, but apparently one of the members of the band had a dream where the men's and women's restrooms, the signs were replaced with Chumba and Wumba instead of men and women, Chumba and Wumba. So there's one. And then someone else said that it is just intentionally nonsense. And that is to fit with their anti-establishment image. So maybe the origin story was made up after the fact. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And at number 7, I also think that this was made up after the fact, and that's Hootie and the Blowfish. Now, according to the band, according to Darius Rucker, he had 2 friends in college. One of them had big eyes and big glasses, and he called him Hootie, and the other one had big cheeks, and he called him the Blowfish. That's a lie. I'm just calling it right now. That is a lie, okay? This is some Lilo and Stitch, Ren and Stimpy BS. He thought this was a cool name. He just thought this had a ring. He thought this was a special title, and he was saving it for the right project. And that project was this band, Hootie and the Blowfish. And he knew full well that people were going to call him Hootie for the rest of his goddamn life. And now he's trying to backtrack. Now he's trying to get out of it. Okay, pictures or it didn't happen. Will the real Hootie please stand up? Will the real the Blowfish please stand up? No, because these men don't exist. You know, like Seinfeld, Kramer was a real guy. Well, there's pictures of the guy. Pictures or it didn't happen. Hootie and the Blowfish aren't real. You're Hootie. Darius Rucker, you are Hootie. Okay, moving on to number 6. We have Portugal the Man. Talk about a stupid band name. Portugal the Man. Okay, just so you guys understand, the band's actual name is Portugal. The period means that that their name is Portugal, and the man means that they are one person. Portugal, period, the Man. So not to be confused with like Portugal the Frog, you know, or Portugal the washer dryer combo. Okay, this is Portugal, period, the Man. What a stupid band name. I mean, it's kind of like the concept of Nation of Ulysses. Probably most of you will not know that band, but that's a cool band name, Nation of Ulysses, and it means that I am a nation of one, you know, which didn't the army kind of have a slogan like that too? But so great. But the name, it just doesn't execute. Like, I know what you guys mean. I understand. It's a nation of one, Portugal, the Man. It's stupid. It's a bad name. Moving on to number 5. And we have Leftover Salmon. So this is kind of what happens when you arbitrarily mash two band names together. So there was members of a band called Left Hand String Band, and there were members of a band called the Salmon Heads, which are not on their own. I mean, they're not great band names, but they're not the worst. They're not like worthy of this list. But then they combined these names to form the name Leftover Salmon. Think about it. It's just stupid. It's just so unappealing. Oh, terrible band name at number 5, Leftover Salmon. Moving on to number 4. And I'm sure you all saw this one coming. Limp Bizkit. So again, you know, like they say success has a million parents and failure is an orphan. Well, these band names, they can never like really come up with the true origin stories. It's like they've told so many different stories, they can't keep them straight. And that's what Limp Bizkit is. So did Fred Durst have a dog named Biscuit that had a limp? That's one theory. Another more sultry or incendiary theory is that it involved like body fluids on a biscuit that someone's forced to eat. I think that's just a BS. Don't want to get into it. And then also Fred Durst says is just bad on purpose. It's meant to get a reaction. It's meant for you to not like it. It's meant for you to think that they suck. It's just all a bunch of nonsense. He thought it sounded cool and he was wrong. It doesn't sound cool. It's terrible. Limp Bizkit. Oh, come on, guys. Terrible band name. Okay, moving on to number 3, and we have Hoobastank. Your name stank. You guys didn't see that coming? That your name stank? Hoobastank. So apparently it used to be Hoobastank with a U, and they changed the U to an A. So that was supposed to be an improvement. It's another band that I tried to get the origin, and there's so many. I mean, so many. I'm not even, it's like at a certain point, it's just like, who cares? Your name is so bad, I'm not going to list 8 different origin stories. And it literally is like that. It's just way too many to even bother to say one. Okay, so moving on to number 2. And we have Car Seat Headrest. This band name is so bad that I will not listen. I don't like, this is supposed to be one of the best bands of the last few years. I won't listen to it. I can't get past that name. That is the worst name. Apparently the second worst name that I've ever heard. Car Seat Headrest at number 2. So the singer of the band, Will Toledo, would record his vocals in the back seat of his parents' car. And I guess he was looking at the headrest. I mean, rear window defogger was right there. You should have went with rear window defogger, because anything would be better than car seat headrest. Moving on to number 1. The worst band name of all time is from the band Cherry Poppin' Daddies. So apparently this is derived from jive slang that they heard in a race record. So to unpack that a little bit, a race record was like a 78 RPM record that would have been marketed towards black people like in the 20s and 30s. And it would be blues music, jazz music, black comedy. So apparently, I don't believe them personally that phrase was on any, maybe they picked up the daddies part. I think they are solely responsible for the cherry poppin' aspect of the name. And what is this band got, like 15 members of it? I mean, are you telling me 15 people unanimously agreed to be called Cherry Poppin' Daddies? I mean, what an awful, cringy, just terrible band name. Cherry Poppin' Daddies at number 1, worst band name of all time. Okay, the next video is going to be the most iconic album covers of all time. So write your worst band names of all time in the comments, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.